Yeah, I'm here for the sheriff's office to take a report.
I can punch it.
There you go.
If you would,
I was going to double check you on that.
I'm doing this for the Game and Fish, doing the report. So if you would put your name, date of birth, and your driver's license number, and just write a brief statement of what happened. Okay.
Way I'll fill it out over here.
Let's look at it.
We're gonna stand up and we're gonna slide this up underneath you so you can sit down, okay?
Okay. One,
Yeah.
2, and 3. Alright, now just sit down.
Sit down right there. There you go.
There.
Welcome back on another adventure. Unfortunately, we had a tough start to the adventure today. That poor man, he was loading up his riverboat, and the water's real cold. There's a lot of algae and stuff around here, and he put his foot down on the boat trailer and just lost it. He slipped. When he slipped, I wasn't sure exactly what he hit. I don't know if he hit his boat or the trailer itself, but he hit the back of his head super hard. It left probably about a 4 to 5 inch gash on the back of his head. There was one spot where I'm pretty sure I saw his skull a little bit. It was just a wide gash, and he hit his neck real hard. And when he hit the water, unfortunately, he came up floating, so I knew he must have knocked himself out. So I rushed and jumped into the water as fast as I could, and I grabbed him underneath his armpits and pulled him out of the water. And it was probably within 30 seconds or so, he started coming to, and I asked him a few questions. He started responding, but that was a scary situation, and I'm not going to put his name and all that in the video, but just say a prayer for him. He's 75 years old, so he's an older man, and they're just out here fishing, having a good time, and he just slipped at the boat ramp, and he didn't have his life jacket on, of course, which, you're at the boat ramp, why would you? But, you never know in those situations. Yeah, you want to go ahead and take care of yourself. But luckily, my dad and I, we were here to intervene and help out the situation, because he had his cousin with him, but his cousin was backing up the truck, and he was in the truck waiting on the signals for him to pull forward, so he didn't know what happened, or he came out of the truck just all confused what was going on and stuff. And so we had to update him on the situation, what exactly happened. So we asked him to call the ambulance. Dad and I were asking him questions, just make sure he was responding and knew where he was at and stuff like that. So it's pretty scary, obviously for him and his relative there. But luckily we were here at the right time, right place. We were able to assist him and get him some help pretty quickly. So, but anyways, we're on the Little Red today. We are floating the tailwater side. They're not going to generate the dam until another hour. We were going to do a float from this area to probably about a 4-hour float today. But we're a little behind schedule, which is totally fine. I'm okay with that. So we decided just to paddle upstream until the dam opens up enough, we'll start floating back. So we're, basically I'm after anything, trout, bass, whatever, but I'm really after the bass today, because the last time I went trout fishing, there were some Mondo bass in here. So I got my bass gear with me, but if we can't get them to bite in this cold water, which they're used to it, we'll start fishing for some trout. So anyway, stay tuned and say a little prayer for that gentleman and his family, and hopefully he comes out of this on top. Oh, fish on. Got my first little rainbow trout on. Came off that little silver Rapala rainbow trout minnow, and we'll go ahead and let him go. Those geese just took a poop all in front of me there. That was close. That was a close call. Woo! That'd been gross. Man, look at that. I think they have the squirts. Jeez. It's disgusting. Fish on. Fish on. Got a rainbow trout on the jerkbait. There we go. Little rainbow trout on the Guggen Squad jerkbait. The Junior Scout. Pretty thing. Man, he smacked it. So I switched to this jerkbait. Guggen Squad Junior Scout, and dives 3 to 5 feet. And I cast it over there in this deep pool. And I reeled it down just a little bit and then jerked it twice and just let it sit there, and he hit it on the stop. He smoked it hard. It was a hard hit. Had a lot of followers on it. I had a couple pops on it too, but they're just not getting the hooks in their mouth real well today. That's okay. That was a fun bite though.
Take care.
Well, you never think something like that could happen, but it happens more often than not, that's for sure. I do want to make a public service announcement just to prepare everyone who's going out there to float this weekend, who don't float often, to be prepared. You know, right here next to me, this is why I have this in the shot the whole entire time, to make you think about it while I'm talking to you, but a PFD. I do know a friend on Facebook, his name's Jake. He just rescued 2 girls in a canoe. They weren't wearing their PFDs, and their canoe got sucked into a strainer, it looked like, just looking at the picture from Facebook. And that canoe is bent out of shape, and he was able to rescue them. And about 3 weeks ago, I haven't shared it with y'all yet, I rescued 2 people on the Buffalo River. Now, they were in their boat, but they were just scared to death. They were just like locked tight. They didn't want to paddle or do anything. They were kind of stuck in an eddy a little bit. But I paddled up to them, you'll see in this clip here shortly, and their canoe is halfway underwater. They have probably, I don't know, their canoe has, you know, 10 to 12 inches of water in there, and they just couldn't do anything. They were just kind of stuck, and they were worried about tipping or capsizing again.
We tried getting the paddle to get most of the water out.
Oh, y'all got a lot of water in there? Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we tried going to an island, but the current keeps on pushing us away before we can even get
I
to
got
it.
you. If you can grab my handle or that back handle, one of y'all,
Okay.
that's going to give you a little more stability. I can try to paddle you down to that shoreline.
Oh.
And you'll hold my front as best you can. That way it gives y'all some stability.
Thank you. Can I hold this? Is
Uh,
that okay? Or just like...
Yeah, try to grab that handle the best you can.
Okay.
I'm going to paddle y'all out. Y'all just try to balance as best you can.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, y'all took on some water back there.
We did.
Did y'all flip or?
Yeah, we flipped.
Oh.
That we flipped.
No, I'm sorry. Y'all got some dry clothes?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, there's a bank over there on the left that might be a good spot to, y'all can, they got a lot of water in here, they flip. So,
Thank you.
so I'm gonna take them over there and, or that bank, I think that's where your party is to the right. Is
Yes,
that them?
yes,
Okay,
thank you.
I'll take it there. They can hold
Oh,
that
thank
side.
you. Thank you so much. You guys are so kind.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, welcome to the Buffalo River.
Well, thank you. Yes,
No
thank
problem.
you so much.
I'm gonna release y'all, let y'all run in the bank. Will someone catch them? So, you know, this is the time of year where it's pretty outside, it's sunny, it's warm. You have all these novelist people renting kayaks and canoes and going out there floating for the first time. We've had a lot of rain in the forecast too, so all these rivers and stuff like that's going to be at flood stage. I highly recommend to all of y'all, if y'all have plans currently on a flood stage river, don't try to go float that river. Change your plans, take a rain check, and find something else to do, okay? So it's not worth your life. And then wear your PFD if you're on the water. Don't just have it strapped to your canoe or kayak out of the way, out of sight where you can't get it. The 2 girls that Jake rescued, they didn't have their PFDs, and guess what? I didn't see them anywhere around them. So I'm assuming they're in the bottom of the water in that canoe strapped to the seat somewhere. I'm not sure. Now, I'm not poking or at these people or anything like that, but I do want to share that y'all want to take care of yourself and make sure you are prepared for bad situations. So, so if you are renting a canoe this weekend, think about taking something like this. This is just a sawed off laundry container, laundry detergent container. And I left the handle on here. This right here can bail water out really fast. Now, typically I'll take a sponge with me or something like that, but a sponge is not going to get a foot deep of water out of your canoe at a fast rate. So something like this is going to help you bail that water where you can float a little bit better until you make it to shore where you can dump that canoe. And that's the negative about canoes. There's no drain plug. You and another individual has to flip that canoe over and drain all that water out, okay? Or a sit-in kayak, same thing. So having something like this, cheap, you probably have one at your house, empty right now in your recycle bin or in the trash bag. Grab that, cut the top off. You can take a little sandpaper, make it smooth where it's not gonna cut you, and take you a self-bailer, okay? Get that water out of that canoe quick, that way you can get back to floating safely again. So there's gonna be a lot of people out in the water the next few months. I just ask that y'all wear your PFDs. You know, I know they're not cool, they're hot, you know, especially in August and July in Arkansas, it's gonna be hot and humid, but that's why you can take a dip, you know, just swim, get wet, and jump back in your canoe or kayak at that point. But wear your PFD, take something with you that's gonna help you bail out water if you are renting a kayak or canoe. And also pack you some dry clothes. During the warmer months, it's not really a big issue, but just take some just in case. Put them in a dry bag. You can get a dry bag from Walmart for 10 bucks. And just, you know, plan for the worst because it could happen to anybody at any moment in time. But anyways, I just wanted to share some information with y'all today. You know, unfortunately, this venture, there wasn't much fishing, but that's okay. Life is more important than fishing to me. And I just wasn't really in the mood to fish at that point. I just was thinking about life and thanking God that, you know, he saved me during my accident. Anyways, I hate to have a video kind of gloomy and down, but it's just that time of year where a lot of people's going to be out in the water, not wearing PFDs, and might need your help. So always keep your head on a swivel, look for things like that. At the same time, try to protect yourself by wearing a PFD or, you know, having some self-rescue for other people out there on the water. But anyways, that's all I wanted to share with you today. And hopefully we'll get on some fishing on the next adventure. But until then, thanks for watching. I hope to see you soon.